This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. A plaque remembering a 20-year-old woman who died in a tragic car crash earlier this year has been stolen from the crash site, and her family is outraged. The plaque was placed in the median at University Parkway and Lockwood Ridge Road in Sarasota. That's where ABC7's Marla Spence joins us with the story.
This is the median where Katerina Huffman was tragically killed in a car accident February. After almost a year, her family is furious after learning their loved one's memorial plaque has gone missing. Katerina's family is now offering a reward to anyone who knows who would take the memorial and leave Katerina's photos lying on the ground. This is what Katerina's mother, Lorraine Dickinson, says is left of her daughter's memorial. She tells ABC7 she and her family went to the site on Christmas Day for a candlelight vigil in honor of Katerina. That's when the family noticed the memorial plaque wasn't there. It was the family's first Christmas they spent together without Katerina. The plaque was mounted since November. It took the family 2 months to build the memorial.
It just looks like somebody took a hammer and just pulled the plaque right out of the ground. This would have had to take a time to take this down. They would have had to park across the street. They would have had to have an electric screwdriver, a hammer. This wouldn't have taken a 5-minute thing.
Dickinson says she doesn't believe Sarasota County would have taken the sign down because it wasn't impeding any traffic. There are also other memorials placed on the median. Katerina's father is talking with the Florida Highway Patrol as well as the family's attorney to see what's the next step in finding out who would exactly do this. So far, the family has not determined how much the reward money will be. I'm Marla Spence reporting for ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you so much, Marla. Huffman died back in February when the Ford Mustang she was driving crossed the median into oncoming traffic at University Parkway and Lockwood Ridge Road. Katerina was a beauty pageant winner, an acting mermaid, and had just graduated from school as an emergency medical technician. Katerina's family plans to put up a new plaque if this one is not found. Well, if you received a super pricey gift under the tree this Christmas, don't rush to throw out the packaging. When you put those types of boxes out to the curb for garbage collection prior to the designated collection day, it advertises what might be found in your home to potential burglars. You should place this type of packaging at the curb either the night before garbage pickup or on the same morning. Well, Siesta Key is one of the Suncoast's biggest hotspots, but the lack of parking is a big issue that county commissioners are still trying to find a solution for. So far, officials are set on a plan to create a parking lot on the Key on Midnight Pass Road. The space will create nearly 40 new parking spots and will cost more than $500,000. The owners of Siesta Pavilion in the Westfield Mall are offering up some funds to add more parking. Another option is public transportation, but to operate trolleys would run close to $1 million. So far, other options presented include a bike sharing program and paid parking. Senate President Joe Negron is confident that Hurricane Irma recovery options will not blow a hole in the upcoming budget, but potential public and private costs from Irma are staggering. The agricultural industry has estimated a $2.5 billion hit on crops and facilities. The insurance industry is also facing more than $6 billion in property damage claims. However, the state has yet to put an overall financial figure on Florida's costs from the storm. Negron is optimistic about drawing up a 2018-2019 budget, which economists had expected to be tight even before Irma hit.
I still think there'll be room for environmental priorities, educational priorities, and so I don't think the hurricane spending will necessarily mean that there are other things that simply can't be done.
Negron's comments come as members of the House continue to revise and offer new hurricane-related changes that they will discuss when the legislative session begins next month. Let's check in with meteorologist Steve Newman for a look at your first alert forecast. Steve, it looks like sunset might be pretty nice out there tonight.
Looking pretty good. We'll take a look at it in about 10 minutes from right now. And there are a few clouds about that might make it look a little more impressive. But those clouds have been producing a few showers in parts of our viewing area. Very light sprinkles. I think some of them might not even be hitting the ground down in southern Sarasota County, DeSoto and Hardy. You can see while there is a big disturbance along the Gulf producing rain that's going to spread over North Florida and then join with a front from the north to bring us cooler weather later on, I don't think we're going to see any significant rain right on until maybe the second day of 2018. Close-up look at the radar shows those scattered showers over the Everglades and interior parts of Florida and Highlands County. And one particular cell was just north of Venice about an hour ago. It's dissipating. And the future radar from our computer output model shows it's going to dissipate, no more showers overnight, but there could be some fog before dawn. But when the sun comes up, burns off very quickly to another beautiful, warm day. We've got 2 more left before things change. And here's your evening forecast if you're going out on the town. Look at this, 70 about 6 o'clock. In the 60s all evening long, perfect for dining at a sidewalk cafe, cooling off into the low 60s to the upper 50s. I'll have your complete forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Jacqueline?
Okay, thank you so much, Steve. We'll check back in with you shortly. 18 states from Montana to New York will feel the dangerous wind chills this evening. For the first time in nearly a decade, Seattle blanketed in white for Christmas. The Arctic blast turning a white Christmas into a whiteout Christmas for residents in upstate New York. And Erie, Pennsylvania shattering records with more than 50 inches of snow in 30 hours, the greatest 2-day total in the state's history.
It's cold. Cold is cold, and you gotta adjust.
Wow, and in Boston, this JetBlue flight hitting a patch of ice, spinning and skidding off the runway. The same airport seeing more than 300 delays and 64 cancellations. And the polar air blanketing the eastern U.S. continuing into Wednesday with winds chills below zero in Chicago and near zero in Boston. In the northern plains and western Great Lakes, it's also expected to get so cold that the National Weather Service is warning that with wind chills, exposed skin can get frostbite in just 10 minutes. Well, another retail rush begins today. Experts anticipate about 10 million Americans will head back to retail stores to return nearly $90 billion worth of unwanted holiday presents. Everything from clothes that don't fit, duplicates, products that don't work, or gifts that may have just missed the mark. But keep in mind that stores, both brick and mortar and online, may have certain restrictions when it comes to those returns.
You want to look at the time period. You want to look at the condition of the returns that you send back. And lastly, I think you want to check to see if there's free shipping. If it's something you bought online, is it an item that you can return, no questions asked, full refunds, and free shipping.
Retailers don't want the return shoppers to go away empty-handed, so they are continuing to offer those huge discounts, some as deep as those pre-Christmas deals. Many of those deals will be offered all the way into the new year. And those holiday gifts that you plan on returning also have a good chance of ending up in a landfill. Returned merchandise adds about 5 billion pounds of trash to landfills every year, according to Optoro, a firm that helps retailers manage returns. The company estimates that only half of returns make their way back to the shelves. The others are often damaged or their boxes are open, so they end up being resold to secondary retailers or just tossed away. President Donald Trump still at his luxurious Mar-a-Lago, Florida resort following Christmas celebrations yesterday. But today he said he's back to work. ABC's Serena Marshall has more from Washington.
President Trump back to work and back to the golf course. After spending Christmas Day behind closed doors with family at his private club in Palm Beach, he ended the holiday with a tweet. "I hope everyone is having a great Christmas. Then tomorrow it's back to work in order to make America great again." Today marks his 3rd day of his so far 4-day working vacation. This time the White House sharing his golfing partners, including Georgia's Senator David Perdue, PGA player Bryson DeChambeau, and former PGA golfer Dana Quigley. But before hitting the links, Mr. Trump hitting the so-called Russian dossier on Twitter after watching a Fox and Friends segment, calling the FBI tainted before adding, "And they used this crooked Hillary pile of garbage as the basis for going after the Trump campaign." The latest Twitter attack against the FBI after a weekend spent bashing the Bureau and its leadership. The president also making a bold prediction. Following the repeal of the Affordable Care Act's individual mandate in his tax bill, Mr. Trump wrote on Twitter, "Democrats and Republicans will eventually come together and develop a great new health care plan." With midterm elections less than a year away, some political experts think that's doubtful.
He has now offended so many parts of the Democratic Party that hit their entire constituency, is basically sending a signal to their party leaders, don't cooperate.
The president still has about a week left in Florida, and when he returns to Washington, big issues like infrastructure, immigration, the budget, and of course North Korea are still waiting to be dealt with. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
Meanwhile, the White House's historic Jackson magnolia is scheduled to be cut down later this week. The large magnolia is the oldest on the White House grounds. The tree's long and storied history dates all the way back to the presidency of Andrew Jackson. The iconic tree has been in the background for countless events, from state arrival ceremonies to Easter egg rolls and photo ops. It has been ailing for decades, though, supported by an extensive cabling system. Experts recently deemed it too damaged to remain standing, and First Lady Melania Trump made the decision to have it removed. The plan is that another Jackson magnolia, born directly from the original, will soon be planted in its place for history to live on. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, many people celebrate the holidays with alcoholic beverages. Some tips on how to get rid of that holiday hangover.
It's time to take a road trip.
Alabama's got 100 road trips, and some will take you back in time to the Civil Rights Movement or even the Civil War. You boys play nice now. From Helen Keller to Hamlet. Check out these big guns. We're talking the USS Alabama. Alabama's got 100 road trips. Plan yours at alabama.travel.
Which one you gonna take?
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
The savings are bigger than ever during the Big Finish event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Why settle for less when you can shop the Suncoast's largest selection? Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for as little as $24,999. Or get all the truck you need to get the job done with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $11,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. The IRS is cracking down on those who owe back taxes. They send out devastating letters, garnish paychecks, and even put liens on your home or business. You may have heard of it. It's called enforced compliance. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists who will negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms and can negotiate a tax settlement with the IRS. It's that simple. And if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars, finally ending your financial stress. Now is the time for a fresh start. Now is the time to call Tax 10,000. 800-699-3188. That's 800-699-3188. Call now.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Army National Guard soldiers serve to give back to their country and their community. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for benefits such as health and life insurance, education benefits, and retirement and VA home loan benefits. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
For many, nothing goes along with the holiday spirit like spirits, but overindulging can be a real headache. With more on how to ward off that holiday hangover, here's ABC's Brian Clark.
Champagne toasts and mugs of eggnog, sure to add to the sparkle of a holiday bash. But unless you're careful, before you know it, you're bottle deep in booze, and a morning headache becomes an unwelcome reality. But simple precautions can keep you caroling when the sun comes up. Step 1, avoid bubbles when possible. Research has shown that though we all absorb and eliminate alcohol differently, carbonated drinks like champagne will have you absorbing more alcohol at a faster rate, getting you drunker quicker. Next, pay attention to your drink of choice. When it comes to hangovers, liquors like whiskey and bourbon can be worse than clear spirits like vodka because they have high amounts of certain substances called congeners. Too much of these can lead to harsher hangover symptoms. And finally, even if you do break the beer before liquor rule, don't underestimate the power of electrolytes and water. A bottle of Pedialyte, Gatorade, or even pure water before bed may stop the morning misery before it starts, or at least cut your recovery time. With this Medical Minute, I'm Brian Clark.
We could also not drink quite as much. That would be another head, but it's the season to do that. Fan Weasel Cam showing clouds over us today. Some of them produced a few sprinkles, mainly in the interior parts of our viewing area. As the sun sinks into the sky over the Gulf of Mexico, we've had an extraordinary day and 2 more extraordinary days as well. Now, shift the view to our live tower cam. We just had the sun right behind that balcony a minute or so ago, and the current temperatures with that beautiful sunset, 74 degrees, a dew point 61, meaning it's not going to get all that cold tonight. Upper 50s to near 60 is where we will bottom out. Across the state right now, 61 at Panama City after a start in the 30s this morning. It was quite chilly up north. 73 at Tampa right now, Fort Myers 80, Miami 78. And across our viewing area in Highlands County, the low 70s, about 70 at Siesta Key, 69 at Longboat Key, 74 at Sarasota. Looking across the state from our new GOES 16 satellite in high resolution, pictures every 5 minutes. It's extraordinary to see this. You can see great detail in the cloud formations. And some of those clouds and these cumulus clouds to the interior have been producing a few showers in the last hour or so, but they're beginning to dissipate. And as the radar sweeps over them, there's some down in Lee and Collier County, some in Highlands County, but they're moving away from the Suncoast pretty much and dissipating as they go, as the heat of the day gradually dissipates. We had one little cell going down I-75 over the last hour, but it also is gone from about Palmer Ranch eastward, but it was a very brief, and some the rain wasn't even hitting the ground. There's plenty of snow hitting the ground, and we just saw that news report from Erie, Pennsylvania a minute ago. That's the lake effect snow that just will not stop just south of Watertown. There are other bands of it back south of Buffalo, northern Ohio, Kalamazoo, Michigan, the western coast of Michigan, the upper peninsula of Michigan. It's a classic signature. You cannot miss what this is. It's lake effect snow very clearly as these bands set up, and it just snows over the same spot time after time after time. And the weather pattern's not going to change. We don't have really a progressive weather pattern, meaning things moving rapidly from west to east going on right now. The jet stream coming in from the Pacific, very mild air, but it's being moderated by the bitter chill covering the nation. How cold is it? It's 6 in Montreal, 23 at Boston right now, Philly 29, Detroit 10, Chicago 6. We've got single digits and below zero tonight. Factor in the wind chill, 20 degrees below zero is the wind chill in many spots. And that cold is all the way down to the Texas Panhandle with Amarillo 19, Dallas 39, Little Rock 39. Here's our futurecast for us in the Suncoast. No cold air just yet, but maybe the second day of January will drop maybe 20 degrees, but still no frost or freeze, I don't think just yet. Few scattered showers in the north along this front that's going to sag southward over us on late Wednesday and Thursday, giving us a brief cooling, but the more significant cooling will be days away. If you're heading out to the beach tomorrow, winds from the east-northeast 5 to 10, seas 2 feet or less, a moderate chop on Bend inland waters. Water temperature, by the way, is 73. The air temperature at the beach at midday, about 74 with a UV index of 4. Here's my forecast for tonight. A beautiful night over Sarasota Bay to be had by all partly cloudy skies, but patches of fog forming toward dawn with a low of 59. And tomorrow, a partly sunny day after the morning fog burns off with a high temperature of 78. That is 6 degrees warmer than normal. And our 7-day outlook shows that that will pretty much last through Thursday, and then that weak front will bring in a little parcel of cooler air Friday. Saturday cooler still. We try to recover on Sunday with a high of 71, and then you can see right with the new year, that's where the big change happens with a cool rain on Tuesday, high temperature only 59. That's your forecast. Jacqueline?
Okay, thank you so much, Steve. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. Traffic is looking pretty clear for the most part, aside from some delays going over the Ringling Bridge. Well, new healthy habits may be on your list of New Year's resolutions, but sticking to them may be challenging. Here's Reed Binion with today's Health Minute.
If you're looking to develop new healthy habits for the new year, you need to start with commitment and consistency. Breaking in a new habit can be a challenge, but repetition helps it become the norm. For instance, the first few days at a new gym or morning workout routine can be rough. That's why experts suggest you start small with your goals. Take a walk at the same time every day. Extend the time and distance gradually. No one expects you to go all in on day one. You shouldn't either. If you currently do not have a regular meal schedule, look into changing that. Eating your meals and enjoying healthy snacks at the same time every day can improve your metabolism. That's why it's important not to skip meals to save calories. Know your limits and don't set unreasonable goals. If you want these new habits to become a part of your daily routine, just remember, dedication is key. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
Arizona Cardinals wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald is paying a Christmas tribute to Senator John McCain, who is battling brain cancer. Fitzgerald penning an open letter published by Sports Illustrated offering prayers for the Arizona Republican, who is a serious Cardinals fan. In the letter, Fitzgerald recalls a 2013 visit to Vietnam, where he toured the places where McCain was tortured as a prisoner of war. As the letter notes, McCain spent 6 Christmases as a POW. The 81-year-old senator was diagnosed with a brain tumor in July. We'll stay with us.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
This holiday season, share the greatest gift of all, peace of mind. Nobody beats Subaru in service quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback, for just $229 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Joan London with A Place for Mom. Over the years, we've helped thousands of families find senior care, and today's senior living communities have never been better, with amazing amenities like movie theaters, exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors that will partner with you to find the perfect place and determine the right level of care, whether that's just a helping hand or full-time memory care. Best of all, it's a free service. Call today. A Place for Mom. You know your family, we know senior living. Together, we'll make the right choice.
Call A Place for Mom right now to get our free ebook on financing senior care, as well as a free referral for senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-290-0352. That's 1-800-290-0352.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
The fallout from the Miss America organization email scandal continues. Top leaders have resigned following a Huffington Post report revealing derogatory emails aimed at pageant contestants, but it may not be enough. ABC's Danya Backus has the latest.
Time to go. Welcome, Miss America.
A shakeup at the Miss America organization. The Huffington Post published leaked emails from CEO Sam Haskell exposing crude and demeaning comments about the contestants. The future of the organization is now in jeopardy.
Miss New York
2013 Miss America Mallory Hagan was the subject of many of those emails belittled about her love life and weight.
Yes, that type of language was used about other Miss Americas while I was Miss America, so it really shouldn't have surprised me, I guess.
The fallout for the 96-year-old pageant has been swift. Dozens of former winners signed a petition calling on the group's leadership to step down. Now Haskell has resigned, along with board chairman Lynn Widener and president and COO Josh Randall. Television producing partner Dick Clark Productions cut ties with Miss America, calling the emails appalling.
I hope it signals the reinvention, and I hope that we're starting a larger conversation here.
Haskell tells ABC that the emails were conveniently edited and the events are not as described. And COO Josh Randall tells ABC the emails predate his employment, saying it does not reflect my values or the values I work to promote at the Miss America organization. The former winners who signed the petition also say the organization's entire board should step down, saying in a statement they are determined to take back their program. Danya Backus, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Real Housewives of New York City star Luann de Lesseps is apologizing after her Sunday arrest in Palm Beach on charges including battery of an officer. De Lesseps said in a statement through her agent, quote, "I want to offer my sincere apologies to anyone I might have offended with my behavior." Authorities say she kicked a police officer while drunk and said, quote, "I'm going to kill you all." She was released from police custody without bond and is set to return to court on January 25th. Britney Spears' little sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, is pregnant with her second child. She made the announcement on Instagram, posting a picture with a caption that read, "Looks like we're starting off 2018 with another big milestone. So happy to announce that Maddie is finally going to be a big sister." And George Michael's fans and family members are marking the first anniversary of his death. The famous singer died on Christmas Day last year at the age of 53. His relatives posted a note on his official website saying it was a difficult year without Michael, but they said they especially had to brace themselves for this holiday season. That's because they knew his hits, Last Christmas and December Song, would be played everywhere, but Michael was not around anymore. The singer died from a heart condition and a fatty liver. He sold more than 100 million albums during his career, first as a member of the duo Wham and then as a solo artist. Well, stay with us. We'll be right back with more news and weather after the break.